Welcome to Good News ITW. I bring good news with good people around the world. I'm your host, Mr. ITW, Antoine Laurie. And this podcast is going to be all about real estate. And you're in for a special treat because today I gave birth to my podcast channel, episode number 1. I got into the real estate world through a thing called wholesaling real estate. I believe it's the easiest and cheapest way to make money in real estate. After 2 years and 30 plus deals, I decided to share with the world. So I created this book, a very simple read, Wholesaling, My Vehicle to Wealth and Financial Freedom. It's just a short journey of my wins, losses, my first deals, and just some people don't know about wholesaling real estate. So my goal is I can walk into any high school and teach. I dumb it down so I can teach someone in high school how to make money and get into real estate through wholesaling. The demand was so high, I said, you know what? I need to follow up with a course. So I actually created a digital course. Also, this playbook, 10 plays to close your first deal. Everything you need to know to close a wholesaling real estate deal is in this book. The contracts you need, the verbiages, the step-by-step ways to find property, to find the owners. It's all in this book or the digital course. And you can find all of that at www.mritw.com. And you can purchase any one of those. So I was probably like you, wanting to get into real estate. I would think you need a lot of money. You need all these boatload of connections and good credit and whatnot. But honestly, through wholesaling, it's no license required. You can close the deal with little to no money. My first deal, I spent about $250, and I brought some bandit signs on the road. You probably see them. Says, I buy houses for cash. They probably were some of my signs. But prior to that, I would see those signs and didn't know what it was about. But one of those signs actually made me my first $10,000. But I'm going to wind it and tell you guys exactly what is wholesaling. Basically, a wholesaler is the middle man. You got someone with a property. It could be a vacant house, it can be fire damage, or they can be going to divorce. They just need to sell the house that they got really quick. And as a wholesaler, you connect or you find those vacant homes or find these distressed sellers that need to sell quick. You got these investors who they call them cash buyers because they don't need to get a traditional funding. They got private money or they got their own money. So you basically the middleman. You connect someone trying to sell one of those homes fast with an investor, and you put them together. You get an assignment fee for doing that, and that's your fee. So basically, we are called problem solvers, honestly. But you gotta put in the work, know the steps. You need to know the numbers. It's easy once you know the steps, but you gotta put in the work. It took me 6 months to close my first deal. I mean, I was doing other stuff too. I still work a corporate job, but you can actually do it quicker. And my goal in this podcast and in these books, of course, to get you to your deal quicker. You just gotta put in the work. People would say, is this a scam? I even got a chapter in this book here because I would see people posting with $10,000 checks, $20,000 checks, and they would say, you know what? I closed this deal without putting little to no money. So I had to do my research for myself. I first went to a wholesaling event a few years ago. Ever since then, I came back home, got on YouTube, call that, YouTube University, and I did my own homework. After that, I said, you know what? I need to find someone that I got trust in that's going to teach me. So I found a mentor, paid that, and I actually got the game from YouTube plus from my mentor. And also taking action, you know. I went out there scared. So I went out there and I found my first property. Now, the great thing about that, I met up with a partner. My partner name is Sean, good brother in Atlanta, retired military. Actually, my partner to this day. You know, I reached out to him and he was doing it, you know, before me. So I had the house and he was in the game more, so he had buyers. So we did our first showing. Our first showing, we had like 6 buyers. And I would say the thing about this, right? You can still work your 9 to 5 because I was late to the showing because I had to work late at my job. But my partner Sean was there. So he had a guy that was willing to purchase the property. We took about a week, about 15 days after the buyer saw the property and wanted to, you know, get it. And we actually split $10,000. Some people say, you know what, I'm not splitting no money, I'm gonna do it myself. But the thing about that, when you got 2 people, he taught me, so my resources and his one, we closed the deal quicker. So my thing is, I'm willing to have piece of the pie than no pie at all. To this day, I close a lot of JV deals. Most of the deals I do with someone else. I'd rather have a win-win for everyone. And that's why I say you can work this with a 9 to 5. And that's the great thing about wholesaling. You know, you really can partner up with seasoned wholesalers and close deals as well. Now, if you're in South Carolina and you're watching this, I got some bad news, but some good news also. A month ago, they regulate, but then they banned wholesaling the traditional way in South Carolina. Now, you still can buy, you have to buy a property, meaning you have to get your funding up, get a private money and buy it and maybe sell it back, but you can't do the traditional sign off a contract like we used to do. Only Virginia and South Carolina is banned. So you got 48 more states you still can wholesale in. So actually, when that happened, yes, I was a little mad, just like most other wholesalers. But like I said, wholesaling is the start. Within those 4 years of me being a wholesaler, I connected with brokers, realtor, general contractor. General contractor is my main partner right now. And what happened is you'll come across these properties, and at first, you know, your goal is to get your liquid up, get your funding up, and then when you come across great deals, you don't gotta wholesale it off to someone else. You can actually purchase it yourself. So I'm making it my duty for every birthday. My goal is to buy myself a rental property. Last year, I brought some rental property. I actually sold it, but I had a great return. This year, I brought a duplex. I'm keeping that. I got 2 tenants in it. And every year, my goal is to buy a rental property. And that's the great thing about that. So don't be stuck on just being a wholesaler. So now, since they banned wholesaling in South Carolina, I'm doing virtual wholesaling. In anything in life, man, it's not going to last forever. So I had to pivot. So now I got 4 other markets that I'm wholesaling in. So now, instead of about fishing in a pond, I got an ocean. I got 48 more states. Yes, you gotta learn more, right? Because my goal, anyone's goal is in life, you should keep on learning, you know? And I always learn. I invest in myself. I find more mentors. So I'm actually learning the virtual, but also I'm actually doing it, man. I'm putting it in action. So stay tuned. I will have investors, brokers, realtors, contractors, experts in all areas in real estate. Like, subscribe. And thank you for tuning in. Good News ITW, signing off.